Hey there, I'm Michael and we're Rainbow Wing Cards and Collectibles, and we're about to be opening our brand new online store. Our long-term goal, of course, is to open up the world's most immersive Pokemon store experience possible, but for now, we're going to start here. So in this video, we're going to be going through a few different things. First things first is we're going to go through all the cards that we think might be worth grading and explain the thought process behind each of them. Then I'm going to show you guys the ins and outs of the website that we've been working on and some of the things that might be on it. Then at the end of the video, I put together a very special package for our very first follower, so please stay tuned for that and check it out. But before all that, let's check out the cards. Hey everybody, like I said before, we're going to be going through the cards that I've set aside to send to be graded. We're going to be going through PSA. I've never done this before, I've never done this setup before, I've never sent cards to be graded before. I kind of know roughly what I'm looking for, you know, the overall quality of the card, making sure the centering is all okay on the front and the back, making sure there's no whitening. And what I've hopefully done, smartly at least, is I did reach out to some people to buy some cards, and I've selected what I think will be the most price-effective cards. So ones that I can buy for relatively cheap, are relatively popular, like people will buy them, and will have a high profit margin if getting a PSA 10. Does that make sense? Alright, so off the bat here, we have the Dragonair from the Scarlet and Violet 151 set. It is a gorgeous card, and obviously 151 has just continually popped off. This is the only card I was able to get from 151, but that's okay. It's a gorgeous card. Looking at the market price on TCG Player, it is sitting at roughly $26. But if we go to price charting, the PSA 10 is worth $211. So I would say if that gets a 10, that is a fairly high profit margin. Now I do see that it's a little heavy towards this side. Not terribly though, and the top and bottom are pretty okay. Looking on the back here, not seeing any whitening as far as I can tell. Maybe a dot down here. And it's fairly balanced on all sides. Maybe slightly heavy to this side, but again, not terrible. I would definitely say it's worth a shot. It may get a 10 just because of that slight heaviness, or it may get a 9 just because of that slight heaviness right there, but I don't know. I think it has a shot. What do you guys think? Next up, we have this Pikachu Celebrations promo. I think that's on that little dot there's on the case, not the card itself. It is definitely bottom heavy on the back. Oh, it's definitely got some dents right there. So maybe that one's actually not worth it now that I'm looking at it. We'll set that aside for now. Actually, let me check on that price. Alright, I can't find it on TCG Player just because it's taking too long. But the market ungraded on price charting is saying it's roughly $8.71. And the PSA 10, which I don't think this would get, is $250. That's a massive step up. Now a 9 is $26. It could potentially get a 9 if we can overlook that denting. So just because of that cost difference, like let's say we do, for whatever reason, do get a 10, that's a massive up. So I might go ahead and send that regardless. And we have another Pikachu promo. This is one of the holiday calendar ones. Let's see if I can look that up real quick, get that up and ready. On PSA charting, we actually don't have any listings for the PSA 10 or any other PSA ones. So let's just take a look at this real quick. It is definitely very, very evenly centered. There's a little bit of whitening right there on the end. It's not looking heavily skewed in any one way. Maybe slightly heavy on the bottom there. A little bit of a rough corner, but not terrible at all. I think it's possible to get a 10. Now, on eBay sold listings, some of the last ones were for about $135, $130 to $135 PSA 10. So if we can manage to get that at a 10, that'd be awesome. Again, I think it's worth it just to throw it in that pile. Just on the off hand we do get it. Now I got yet another Pikachu promo from these celebrations. This is the Chonkachu, the OG Chonkachu art, but in the full art. I adore that card so much. Again, looking at price charting, the ungraded market is about $6.50. The PSA 10 is a $675. So if we can manage to get a 10, that is a massive profit margin. Let's check this out. Very, very lightly heavy towards this side here. That little speck might be on the sleeve, we'll see. Definitely a little whitening right there, but not terrible. Oh, and definitely some whitening right there. Yeah, I mean, people can buy these anywhere. They're relatively cheap, like $6 raw, so I'm okay missing out on the $6 if we get a chance at getting a 10 on this. I don't think so, but I can't pass up the chance of $675. There's no way. So still going to go ahead and send. More Pikachu promos. I promise this is not the entirety of the stack that I have here, but I had a few on hand. Looking at the Surfing Pikachu, ungraded about $5 and PSA 10 105. So a $100 profit margin there. Let's check this out. I love these cards so much. I mean, any Chonkachu really. Oof. Very, very heavy on this side and the back here, so I don't think that would be worth it. And on the bottom, centering is all off on that one, so unfortunately we're not going to see that $100 profit margin on that one. But throw it up on the site, we'll get some $5 somewhere there. And besides, next up we have the Flying Pikachu. All the throwbacks in this set I adore so much. I know this was heavily printed at the time and a lot of people complained, but I don't care. I love it. Now already I'm seeing that it's heavier on this side here. So unfortunately, okay, wait, hold on. So ungraded $6.48, PSA 10 $122, but oh boy, yeah, all that centering is way, way off. So once again, probably not worth it, but we will sell it on the site nonetheless. All right, and now we have the Cinderace EX promo, that gold variant there. I think this card is just absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely off-center on the back, though. This is very heavily skewed on the top here and the right side. So unfortunately a no-go, but looking at the profit margin on that, ungraded is about $5 and PSA 10, only like $68. So it's not a huge loss, and I do love this card. Yeah, we'll set it aside for now, but probably set on the site. Now the goal, of course, is to hopefully get 25 cards. If you're not familiar with PSA grading submissions, you can do a bulk submission. I think it's like $20 to $25 last I checked for all of the cards you send. It's just the bulk price. Otherwise, it's $25 per card. So if we don't quite hit the 25 yet, I may hold off, but we'll see how that goes. But next we have the Absol EX full art from Obsidian Flames. Absol is just so good regardless. I love this guy. And the centering on the front is looking awesome, really. There's a slight little bend there, maybe. That could just be part of the holographic, the texture there. But centering's looking awesome. Let's check this out real quick. The ungraded is about $3, and PSA 10 is $54. So not a huge profit, but some. And centering on the back is looking gorgeous. So, I mean, honestly, this is definitely worth a shot regardless. I'm going to go ahead and send that in. Then we have the Gardevoir EX from Scarlet and Violet. It's that full art. Once again, the centering is looking good. If anything, maybe slightly heavy on the bottom there, but that not much at all. Check out the back. Again, slightly heavy on the bottom. Not terrible, no whitening. Oh, maybe a little whitening up at the top here. Let's check this out. Ungraded is about $4. PSA 10 is $35. So once again, not huge, but we have no graded cards. We're going to start somewhere, so I think this is worth it to go ahead and send in. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bummed that those Flying Pikachu and Surfing Pikachu didn't quite make the cut. Now we have a Nemona full art from the Paldean Fates line. First of all, I love Nemona so much. Scarlet and Violet, for as much flack as it got, I think I had a lot of great characters, and It's a really fun premise. Love Nimona. Let's check this out here. No, centering is looking really nice on that one. And if anything, maybe a little heavy towards the side, maybe, but that could be my eyes playing tricks on me. I think it looks really good. Ungraded is about $2, PSA 10 is about $34, so again, not a huge increase, but hey, it's something. We have another Nimona here, so let's check this out. Already I'm seeing it's really heavy towards this side and heavy on the back. Okay, so we have one Nimona to send in, one to put up on the shop. Still a really nice card, really great quality. So yeah, we'll throw that up there. Now I have stopped using TCG Player just for the sake of this video, just because I think it's a lot easier to search things on price charting. So the ungraded market I've noticed is always a little off from what TCG Player has, which is the one I trust more for ungraded prices. But that's okay. It's only ever off a couple of dollars, and the PSA prices are usually pretty accurate. So anyway, moving on to the next one here, we have Zekrom from Brilliant Stars. This one it's the one with Zekrom with, if you can see N writing on the top there. So good. I love this card. I love N. It is definitely a little heavy on the bottom here, only slightly. Maybe a little heavy over here. Not terrible though. But definitely heavy on this side and the bottom here. Let's check this out though. Ungraded is about $12. PSA 10 is $180, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this will get a 10. But $12, that's not bad at all. So I'm definitely gonna throw this up on the site, I think. As much as I would love to get a 10, I just don't think it would. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that up. A quick side note, I've actually never owned a graded card before, like never sent in. There's a fly in here. Yeah, I've never sent in cards that get graded. I've never bought a graded card before, so this is a totally new ball game to me. I'm really only doing this for the sake of the business, just because I know people seek those PSA 10s quite a bit, so I want to provide those. But anyway, that's a tangent. Moving on here, we have a Gardevoir from Silver Tempest. Gardevoir always pops off, so I knew this was a good buy regardless. And that foil is looking nice and crisp. I'm not seeing any whitening on it. All the borders are looking pretty centered. If anything, a little heavy on the side, but like slightly. Let's check out this back here. Yeah, definitely, again, a little heavy on this side. Definitely have a little crimping down here in the corner. Let's check out the price. We are at ungraded is about $6.27, and PSA 10 is $106. So that is a $100 increase. And I think I can pass on like a $6 profit just on the off chance we can get that PSA 10. So I think we're gonna go ahead and send that in. Next up, we have the Milotic. How do you guys pronounce this card's name? I've only, I play the games, but I stopped watching the anime before, right around the Ruby and Sapphire era of it. I think it was called Advanced Battle, or Pokemon Advance something. So I never actually heard the name pronounced. I'm not sure. Milotic. Anyway, this is from Silver Tempest. The centering is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any whitening on the edges there. Check out the back here. The same with the Gardevoir. I think it's like a little heavy on the back on this side towards the bottom here. But only slightly. Let's check out the profits. Ungraded is about $5.70. PSA 10 is about $86. Again, just with the Gardevoir, I can pass on that 5 for the off chance that we get a 10. So I think we're going to go ahead and send that one in. All right. We have the Urshifu V here. The Urshifu V is from the Battle Style set. I think that was the first set that Urshifu was released in. Was that right? Like the first set after that DLC came out. Pretty sure. All the borders are looking fairly centered here. If anything, maybe a little heavy on the left side. Yeah, I think slightly heavy on the left side. Let's check this out. Ungraded, though, is $17. PSA 10 is 70. Do we think that would get a 10? Because I could sell that on its own. That's not a bad start. Now, I don't know. I might let you guys help me decide that. Again, it's a little heavy on this side. The front looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any whitening. It looks pretty centered. I think it's just that back left side. So on the store or send it in? What do you think? Let me know. Alright, and now we have the Teal Mask Ogrepon promo card. I think this came out in the Twilight Masquerade ETBs. And I have yet to play this DLC. This is, like, I'm playing through, Legends ZA right now, but I still haven't done the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna have to do that. I have no idea who this little guy is. I honestly didn't know anything about the mask concept. I probably should have. Anyway. Checking this out here, very, very, very well centered here on the front. I'm not, I think, if anything, it's like a hair heavy on the top here versus the bottom, but looks really nice. Same with the back. The back is really well centered. I think there's a little bit of a whitening down here on the corners. Let's see, ungraded is $4, PSA 10, $50 though. I mean, Twilight Masquerade ETBs have been pretty easy to find nowadays. So I think it's worth it to send it in to see if we get a 10. What do you guys think? I think so. We'll send that in. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I really, really, really love this art just on its own. This cute little pincer. I adore that style so much. But this is the pincer from Twilight Masquerade. It is looking really centered, I think. I'm having a hard time deciding if it's a little bottom heavy, but I think that's pretty well centered. There's definitely a little whitening up here on the top. But the back looks fairly centered as well. Let's check this out. Ungraded is about $9.53. PSA 10 is about $92. I think it's worth it. I think it's going to go in the send pile. Okay, now we have Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. Again, I love this card so much. I'm loving the amount of... Are these keys meant to look like the, what's that Pokemon called? Klefka or something? Is that meant to look like that? I don't know. Anyway, I've been loving the love that Team Rocket has been getting recently, and especially with the new Destined Rival set. This is a Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. I think it came from the Destined Rivals ETB, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that one, but love this card overall. It is super, super well centered. I mean, really well centered on the back too. If anything, there's maybe a little whitening down here in the corner. Definitely up here. I mean, it has a shot. Let's check this out. Ungraded is $10. PSA 10 is $200. So I think it's worth it to send that in and see if we can get a 10. Yeah, I love all the little details. These guys hanging out back here and Drowsy doing whatever he's doing. This poor little Sneasel all curled up. How cute is that card? Anyway, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and send that in. I think that'll be worth it. Victini. Now, this is a big one, okay? So this card is relatively easy to get. Ungraded is about $12. I can already see it up here. But a PSA 10 is $340. Massive increase if we can get that 10. So let's check it out. I can't tell if that whitening right there, that speck is on the card or the inside of the sleeve, but I think it's the sleeve. It looks like dust in there. I mean, centering is looking really nice so far. If anything, like maybe skewed a hair towards the right side, but the back is slightly bottom heavy, slightly. A little bit of whitening specks on the corners here. But I can't pass that up. $340 versus the $12. I think we're going to go ahead and send that in regardless. Let's just see if we can get that 10. All right, another big one, another swing here. I'm really contemplating selling this on the site based on what I just saw, but let me go over it with you. So ungraded is about $40. That's a huge plus for us if we can get a $40 card sold. But PSA 10, on the other hand, is $352. So let's check it out. Could this get a 10? The centering is looking okay. It's looking okay. I mean, yeah, it's pretty well balanced. A little, like, slightly heavy on this side, I think, but slightly. No whitening as far as I can tell on the front. On the back here, again, really well balanced. A little whitening here in the corner down here too. But I don't know, man. I mean, even if it gets a 9, it's still $58, which is still an increase from that 40. But PSA 10, 352. Do we think it's worth it? I could sell this $40 right now, or I could get possibly PSA 10. I don't know. I think it's worth it. What do you guys think? Let me hold it up again for you. And look, we got Marty in the background too. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. You guys let me know what you think. Next up, we have this Mew from Crown Zenith. Now, I remember, like, not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago, this was like a $5 card, maybe like upwards of a $15 card. Ungraded is roughly $37 right now. Now, I have a theory. I think it's because Bubble Mew popped off so hard recently that it's kind of like lifted all Mews, pretty much. But yeah, this was pretty cheap not too long ago. Not so much anymore. But yeah, so ungraded is roughly $37. PSA 10 is $375. So that's a $300 profit margin there, if we could get it. But I'm already seeing some bits around the edges here that aren't looking so hot. Just like the hollow coming through on the edges. The centering looks okay. I'm liking that. Yeah, centering on the back looks good too. I mean, yeah, again, this is the same boat we're in with the Morpeko over here. Did I say the Pokemon card earlier? It's this Marnie's Morpeko. But same boat where it's roughly $37. That'd be great sale in and of itself, but $375. I'm gonna leave it in your guys' hands. Do you think that's worth? Could that get a 10? Or should I sell as is? I think there's a little bit more whitening on the top there, but I don't know. It looks like a really clean card otherwise. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's going in the maybe pile. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully the the framing on everything is okay. I have this like boom arm for my camera. You can actually kind of see it in the corner here, right here. But the way this boom arm was designed, there's this whole like back piece that covers the entirety of the phone. So I can either have the camera, the back camera with higher quality facing down, and can barely see the top of it at all. I can barely hit record, or the screen itself, the front-facing camera facing down, and I would have to like look under to check it out. Either way, it's a pain. You're still flying here. So yeah, hopefully the framing is okay. Let me know. Next up, though, we do have something I'm really excited for. The next few cards I'm excited for. I'm a big fan of the OG cards. Like, sometimes more so than the modern illustration rares and stuff. As pretty as those can be, I'm just a sucker for this classic design in the hollow here. But that being said, we have Giovanni from Gym Challenge. Just a gorgeous card, and even this is one of the cards that, like, sending it in to get graded, if I get a low grade, it's okay, because it's probably sticking with me just graded, because I just adore the card so much. But looking at it is, I mean, it's really clean. The centering is super nice. There's like little to no whitening on the corners here. I think it's fully possible this could get a 10, maybe a 9. Let's check it out here. Ungraded is about $26, but PSA 10 is $199. I mean, even if we got a grade 9, it's looking about $70 roughly. So I mean, and with older cards, like, sure, getting a PSA 10 is awesome, but how often does it happen, really? People are pretty aware of that in the market, so yeah, I think this would be worth it. I think we're going to send that in. We have another OG card here. This is following in the same vein as that Giovanni. We have Rocket's Sneak Attack from the Team Rocket set. Once again, looking very clean. It's definitely a little off-center. I'm noticing some heaviness like towards the bottom here, but otherwise looks great. The back definitely has some whitening along the edges here, so probably wouldn't get a 10, but let's check it out. Ungraded is about $15. PSA 10 is 154, so that's massive, but even if it got a 9, it's still about $40, so yeah. And again, if it gets a low grade, that's just personal collection for me. No harm. We'll throw it in there. Now we have the Rockets Trap from Gym Heroes. It's definitely off balance here. It's heavy towards this side and the top. Heavy towards the top and the left side there. It's got some whitening on the corners down here. The back centering looks good though. Let's see. Ungraded is about $20. 10 is PSA 10 is 118. Let's see if it got an 8-9. That's like $40 to $45. I mean, again, I think it's rough. I don't think anybody's gonna be buying this raw off the site anyway. So I think we'll be okay to send that in. Personal collection, we'll see. Ooh, spoiler alert, I just saw what a PS10 would be worth in this, and this is crazy. I don't think it's getting a PSA 10 like off the bat, just what I know looking at the card. But we'll get there. So Palkia G level 10 or level X. I was never familiar with this era of cards. This is definitely after I kind of dropped out of even like keeping any interest in the cards. I still played the games, but like I was a huge Diamond and Pearl fan when that came out, but I just didn't care about the cards at that time. So I have no idea about the level 10s or level X's or whatever this is, or even the G. No idea. But I have this Palkia here. Or Palkia, however you pronounce it. The front centering, at least, is looking okay. I definitely know there's some scratches in the hollow. There's some whitening down in this corner here on the back. Probably a little bottom heavy. So I don't think it's probably not going to get a PSA 10. But checking this out here, ungraded is about $13. PSA 10 is $3,382. So regardless, I'm sending this bad boy in to see if we can maybe, fingers crossed, like, God willing, get a PSA 10. It's probably getting like an 8 or a 9. An 8 is about $39.20, and 9 is $107. I'm sending it in regardless, just in case, but I don't think it's getting a 10. I did have these guys in my stack. I'm just going to show all three at once because I was like, man, that'd be really cool to get these graded. But I noticed a lot of, honestly, just dirtiness on the back. Like, that's just straight dirt on the back of those. So, I mean, I could try to clean it up, see if we can get it cleaned. Let's check out the prices real quick, just to kind of see. So ungraded for the Ariados is 3, PSA 10's about 40, so that's no huge loss there. So ungraded Dark Tyranitar is about 18, PSA 10's $162, so I mean that one's definitely worth looking into. This is all markings on the case, I think, not the card, but definitely whitening down here. Again, more of that dirt. Whitening here. I don't think it's getting a 10, but maybe clean it up and sell it for like 18. See if we can. If I can clean it up well. I don't want to promise anything there. Then we have the Dark Dragonite. Let's see. It's like Dragonite's been popping off. So that might be something. Another reverse hollow. Not what I have. Yeah, so ungraded for this Dark Dragonite is $32 roughly. PSA 10's about $400. It's definitely off-center though. Yeah, because I'm noticing this corner here is smaller, so it's probably heavy towards this end. The back is again heavy over here. It's kind of bottom left there, whitening on the corner. Not as dirty as the other two, so that's pretty cool. I may be able to sell that ungraded, just $32 roughly. But a PSA 10 is $400. I don't think it's going to get a 10 though. Might have to do that ungraded. We'll check them out. I'm going to definitely clean them. We'll check them out. That's it for the graded card portion of this whole thing. My iPad is about to die, so I got to charge this. I've been going for 45 minutes. Wow. But stay tuned for showing you what's on the store and That goodie pack, I'm going to be sending my first follower. Just stick around for all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. I'm going to show you a bit about the website. Hang out, let me charge my iPad. I'll be right back. Okay, so I kind of forgot to count these up earlier. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. So just under that 25 bulk, if I'm not mistaken. So I just need to be on the lookout for 5 more cards, and then I'll ship these bad boys off and see what we get back. Okay, officially moving on. Okay, so a big thing we want to happen with this community, with this channel, with this business, everything that it involves, is we want the community to be very wholesome and very like outgoing and a comfortable place for everybody to be, a safe space. I want it to be a very giving place. I want it to be a helpful place, so on and so forth. And all of that is going to start with us. So what we decided to do a while back is reach out to our very first follower on TikTok. Shout out to Kizna. I reached out to them and asked basically like what their favorite Pokemon was, what their favorite trainer was, if they're new to the hobby, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna show you guys and Kizna, if you're watching, if you don't want to see what you're gonna get from us, that's totally cool. Go ahead and click off or skip forward, something like that. But I'm gonna show you all what we got Kizna. Alright, so Kizna, first things first, you're going to need some sleeves to protect your cards in. It killed me seeing your cards just kind of laying there. I know you don't have anything, it's totally cool, but you do need sleeves. Put those bad boys in sleeves. So I got you some Ultra Pro, Tinkatink, or Tinkatonk, whichever one this is, the evolution. Sleeves, they are official Pokemon product from Ultra Pro, so they are great quality. Yeah. Put your cards in there, okay, please. And then once they're sleeved, once your cards are sleeved, you are then gonna want to put them in a binder. So from the same line from Ultra Pro, I got you the, again, Tinkatonk, maybe, whatever this evolution is. I got you a binder from there. They're the great side-loading protective. They're the great side-loading binders. So like the regular binders that you'll find that has like the 3-ring and like the top loading pockets, they're pretty terrible for a card. It's a bunch of crap can get inside. The sleeves themselves can scratch the cards if you're not careful, if you don't have sleeves. And of course the rings themselves will also kind of crease your cards if you're not careful closing it up. These binders are great. They don't have the ring nonsense. They're side loading. They're much better. So yeah, put your cards in here, put them in sleeves. Next up though, no card collection is complete without the cards themselves. So I'm gonna show you what we got for you. So first we have the Tinkatink here. This is a shiny Tinkatink. I love the shiny cards. I think they're adorable. I love the art style. It's the minimalistic design back here with the sparkles. I think they're great. I hope you enjoy this one. But moving on to bigger and better ones for Tinkatink, I got you this illustration rare. I don't know, she's just crying and holding the gem. I don't know, but it's great. It's adorable. So yeah, I hope you like the Tinkatink. And of course, you said your favorite trainer was Lacey, that Lacey popped out to you all the time. So I couldn't go without getting you a Lacey full art. Actually, I should say the Lacey was already in my personal collection. So this was my card, and now you're getting it. So this is my gift to you. So yeah, thank you, Kizna, so much for supporting us. I did notice that, you know, after I reached out to you about the collection, like what you like and all that stuff, that you did start like commenting even more frequently than you already had been, both on the TikToks and the YouTube channel. So I really, really, really appreciate that. That kind of engagement is what's going to make us grow bigger and bigger. So thank you so much, Kizna. Thank you for being our first follower, and I hope you like all these gifts I'm going to send you. All right, so I very quickly want to go through the kind of stuff that's going to be on our store, like on our online store, mind you, clarification. We have this Pikachu Secret Rare, this full art, this trainer Acerola's is that how you pronounce her? Acerola's Mischief, and Reshiram, this Yanma card, Mega Lucario EX, and just various other ones. Gonna go really brief because this video is going on way too long. So yeah, all those and more will be on our shop card-wise. We do also have Twilight Masquerade packs. We don't have a whole lot, unfortunately, but they will be a little below market price. We were able to get them for a reasonable price, so we won't have to charge scalper prices, thankfully. So if you guys don't know, with our store, we of course want to circumvent scalper prices at all costs, but it's really hard unless you're going to a Target and buying up all their product like scalpers do already. It's really hard to get it. So even local card stores with their distributors, they're getting a lot less allocation for the cards, so they also have to reach out to third-party people, which are scalpers, so they have to buy product at scalper prices and then increase the price to get any kind of profit from those prices whatsoever. So they're marginally higher than they would be otherwise, and that creates that influx of like the market price being so high for everything. It's just a whole big thing, but when and where we can, we're going to buy packs for as cheap as possible to make sure that we can still make some profit, but hopefully not hit those insane market prices like you're seeing. So these Twilight Masquerade packs, we only have 9 available as of right now, but they will be below market price, so keep an eye out for those. We have one single Ultra Pro Alcove Tower deck box from Pokemon. This is a really, really nice quality Pikachu deck box. We got it by mistake somehow. I don't really know, but that will also be on the store. We only have one single one since it was a mistake order, but it'll be there. Up next, we have these adorable stickers. At least I think they're adorable. I am biased. I made these myself. So we have the Pikachu, and Pikachu is playing a Game Boy Advance on BMO, using BMO as a monitor, and he's playing Pokemon Yellow. Fun fact, I tried to sell this sticker on Etsy, but the Pokemon Company made me take it down. Or rather, Etsy was probably getting a complaint from the Pokemon Company, or they didn't want to risk anything from the Pokemon Company, something. No shade towards either of them, but I had to take specifically Pikachu down and was not able to sell it on there. We have this Mimikyu sticker. It says cute but dead inside. I think this is precious. It's probably my favorite sticker I've ever done. And then we have a Premier Ball. Here, take a Premier Ball on the house, it says. And of course, as the business grows, we will have more and more things. We want to be a not just TCG store, but also collectible store. So we're going to have lots of things ranging from VHS tapes, which I actually have a stack over there. I'm going to go through some of my VHS tapes from my personal collection, see if there's anything worth selling, like quality-wise. So you might see that up there. But yeah, that should about cover it for what all is going to be on the website. So I should probably go ahead and show you that website now, shouldn't I? Let's dive in. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the site now. It's going to be rainbowwingcards.com. Now this is not up as of right now, so as of recording this, you can't see it just yet. Which does mean that the site itself that you're going to see is not fully finished. There are some items we still have to put on there, some little tweaks that we have to do. I am going to show you the mobile version of it, because I assume that's what most of you are going to be seeing whenever you go to it. So here is the homepage right here on rainbowwingcards.com. It's got our little logo there and the details of, the world's most immersive Pokemon store experience, which of course we hope to be. Scrolling down here, we can see the Learn About Us section. So you can click that to learn about us. There is a video that would you guys have seen on this channel, my girlfriend and I are opening a Pokemon store, so you can click on that. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Go ahead and click that. Down below, there's just a little preview of some of the products that will be there. So there's like a Pikachu, there's an N Reshiram, and back to the Pikachu. Again, there'll be more there. So scrolling back up, go to that drop-down menu there. We have the home page which we're on currently, and we can go to the shop button here. And that will bring us to the shop. It'll give details up above. The section you'll land on is just kind of a featured page where it has everything. But you can go to that drop-down menu for categories, go to things like Pokemon Singles, which will have all of our Pokemon Singles that you can add to your cart and shop at your leisure. Going back up, we also have Pokemon Sealed. As of right now, will only be the Twilight Masquerade pack that I mentioned earlier, so that is there. Pokemon products here, we have the stickers that I mentioned. The beanie will also be here, it's just not on there yet. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. In case you're interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, we have some of those available as well. Not a ton right now. Then, of course, if you go back to that drop-down menu, you can go to the About section. That'll just tell you a bit about the store itself, what our goals are, and even a little bit about myself and my partner, Emmy, and even a cute little picture of us. That's one of my favorite pictures ever. Okay, that should about cover it for this section of the video, so back to a more official looking thing. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let us know which cards you think might get a 10 and maybe which ones won't. Also take some time to comment down below what kind of products you think you'd want to see in our store. And I know I said we're working on opening our online store, but as of this video uploading, that shop is online right now, so go check it out at rainbowwingcards.com. And once again, I am Michael and we are Rainbow Wing Cards and Collectibles, and our goal is to open the world's most immersive Pokemon store experience possible, so thank you so much for coming along with us on this journey.